Hey everyone. Well, it's been a while. Um and I apologize for that, but it's been pretty busy. So on today's coffee talk, I have a breakfast blend, but it's by Harry and David, and they made that really good Northwest blend, I believe it was. I don't know. I didn't try it on camera, but I talked about it in one of my earlier videos. I just remember like a cinnamony, like really good. So I have high expectations for this. That's right. Mm. It it doesn't have a very strong flavor. Um. Okay, so for all you Keurig people out there, where do you set? Where do you? Which button do you push for your settings? I always push the one on the far right, the biggest cup, because I it gives me the most coffee. But I think in this case, it might have depleted the flavor a little bit. Mm. Um, some friends of mine always put it on the middle setting because they say that it makes a stronger flavor, and I probably should have done that with this one, but I didn't know. Not bad. I'll still drink it, but I'm gonna need something else to kind of like wake me up. So today I don't have the selfie stick, so if it gets a little wobbly, that's because I'm holding it. Um, but I also want to talk about how to turn being overwhelmed into being overjoyed. And that seems like such a stretch, but it's an achievable stretch, I think. Depending on your attitude, I guess. I don't know. So the first part of this, being overwhelmed, let's see. Um, I kind of had a little bit of a breakdown a couple Sundays ago. Found out they made an announcement that, next week is when all your crafts are due for the craft bazaar. And I hadn't even started them yet because I haven't had the time. The kids are homeschooled during the day, well, cyber school, but I have to work on their lessons with them um, and assignments, and then I go straight to work. Uh, and then I come home and I'm tired. So, I do have 2 days off, but in those 2 days, I try and, catch up on stuff around the house. Um, and it's pretty overwhelming for me. I'm not used to like, having to do so much in, in one day. Um, and I'm going to be honest, I do not like homeschooling the kids. I don't like it. Um, I'm committed to this. We said we were going to do this. And I I don't think it would be as bad if it was just one kid. Um, but because then I could completely give one child 100% instead of trying to split my time between both. Um, and yeah. So hopefully the youngest goes to school next year because I am not going to do 2 full years of homeschooling 2 kids. Next year, she's got to go to school. um, I don't think it's an option to put my son back in. Just because in some ways, he's doing a lot better. He would do really, really well if I was able to sit there with him, with everything. But so that's overwhelming. Um, I go to work and, there's a lot of, I'm at a point where I don't want to be well, I never want to be like the mean manager that everybody's afraid of, right? Um, like I've never wanted to be the mean anything that anybody's afraid of. But I think a lot of times I'm too nice uh when it comes to the kids at work. And I don't know, I just feel like there's no respect there for authority. If I say to do something, it's like, kind of gonna do my own thing, and that's it. And that's stressful. Um, just a lot of different things that are overwhelming. So then, with the announcement and about, the craft, I don't know, but it's something in me, like it triggered something, and I just broke down before choir practice and was bawling, and uh, you know, and sometimes I think we just need to have a healthy cry. But for me, I just hold so much in usually, and I end up breaking down and bawling. And that's exactly what happened. And so, uh, but what can I be thankful for? Uh, how can I turn? You know what though? I had some time that I was off. Yeah, I was off that Saturday, and so um, I just decided, okay, the the household stuff can wait for a few hours. I need to get these ornaments done that I promised myself I was going to paint. I bought them specifically to paint for the craft bazaar at church. And I got I got them done. I got them done in, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, but I I put in my earbuds and put on my Christmas playlist, and man, did I just paint my little heart out. And I kind of want to get more just to keep painting. I have not painted in a couple years, and I'm not great. I'm not, but I it's just fun. It's a release. It's a stress release for me. I really love um I don't know, just taking a blank something blank and putting a bunch of colors on it. That's I think the plus like the elegance of the paint strokes. There's something really peaceful about that. And so even though the talent's not really there, uh I need to, if I were to get a career, it should be with singing or baking. That's kind of, and I'm able to admit that. But I don't even care that I'm not this big wonderful artist. It's just so much fun to put a bunch of color on stuff. So so that actually kind of boosted that once I got those ornaments done, that was kind of like a and then the ball kind of kept rolling from there. And so now I have figured out, I think I'm starting, I mean, I've a couple months into this, but I'm just now starting to um, get ideas on how I can balance my time as the, learning coach um, between both kids because they both require a lot of. I do have a seventh grader, but he's a seventh grader on the spectrum who has ADHD, who needs a lot of help with focusing. And so he he needs more of my attention. Um, the problem is that he's got a buttload of classes all day long. Even after I go to work, he's still in classes sometimes. So um, it's like when can I help him? Um, so I at least on my days off I can help him with his assignments. Um, that I'm still. I think that's probably the whole balance and trying to get everything done is probably going to be stressful for me until the rest of the school year. Yeah, that's just kind of is what it is. Um, Work, I, uh, I don't know. Guess just need to toughen up and not care about any consequences. Um, I just, you know, there's, yeah, I care way too much about what people think of me, and I don't want to be like the mean person, you know? Um, so I don't know. But I'm overthinking things a lot. So, so turning it into being overjoyed, right? The I've forgotten that I'm in my favorite time of year. Like, this is my favorite time of year. Not for the weather. Weather wise, my favorite time of year is June, July, August. Um, and maybe September. But for everything that, okay, people tend to break down into two big categories. There are some people that float in the middle, but this time of year, you're either a Scrooge or you're Elf. um, or you're in the middle, but it's mainly Scrooges or Elves. Those are the two extremes, okay? I'm an elf. I am a, you know, want to put up, like, desperate to put up the Christmas. Oh my goodness, I did. I went out and I got, on sale. I got, a bunch of outdoor Christmas lights, and some of them, like, don't even match, but I don't even care. And I already hung them up. I made up my mind that I was going to get some outdoor lights and hang them up because I was all ready to put up the Christmas tree and all of our indoor decorations, but my husband is a big traditionalist, and I can agree with that for the most part. I just think, this year's a little different, but we already requested off for the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so we could be together to put up our Christmas tree and, just do some holiday Christmas stuff together. Plus, we're going away that night. Um, so the indoor decorations are going to have to wait for another few days. But I was like, you know what? He didn't say anything about outside decorations. So my outside decorations are up, and I may or may not add to them. So we'll see what's on sale and where I go. But I've just been, I've been listening to Christmas music that's been on the radio on two different stations, which is awesome. They started that, I think, even earlier. It's the very first day of November. Like, Halloween was over and was like, bam, Christmas. And I love Thanksgiving, but I try to be thankful all year long, not just one day or 1 month out of the year. Um, we should be thankful all year long, but it tends to be, oh, the month of November is all about thanks. And it's like, oh, yeah, you can do that 365. but, but turkey, the turkey meal, let's be honest, that's like one of the best meals in the history of forever is the Thanksgiving meal. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a mashed potato gobbler. I watch your. You better get to the mashed potato pot before I do. That's all. And that's one of the reasons I like to go last. Because I will fill my plate with mashed potatoes. No, I'm not that bad, but almost. um, but anyway, so I have just it just kind of realized Mel, you were in your favorite time of year. Just celebrate it. Just be a part of it. Just enjoy it. And, you know, so Christmas for me is the whole month of November and the whole month of December. Yep. And we usually don't take our tree down till like January, early January. And I like that because then I still have a Christmas tree up on my birthday. um, so that's nice. But let me tell you something I'm really raring for this Saturday to get the Christmas lights up and all the Christmas decorations, the Christmas tree. Just, I'm so excited. Oh, I did kind of put some Christmassy stuff in my kitchen the other day. So, yeah, he was just talking about the tree. I think that's what he. But so there you go. So, how can you do that? So, write a list of what is stressing you down. I'm a list person, okay? I do lists for lists. um, okay, so for example, homeschooling, this cyber schooling stuff is stressing me out. However, my kids are safe in their house with a parent that is with them at all times, and they are not being influenced by uh, anything negative that goes against anything we believe in. So there's that. That's a positive. We I get to be the lunch lady. Um, and they get to, request kind of, it's like better than, school lunches. So there's that. Um, as far as work, I even through this whole thing, like as stressful as it is to work in retail, um, it didn't stress me out until this whole thing hit. Um, but uh, throughout this whole thing, I have just been thankful to have a job. That I have not lost out on any paychecks. I have not, um, I've been able to catch up on bills, because of everything. And so I am thankful for the financial stability that I have right now. And I'm just grateful that we haven't lost that. Um, and me time, I just need to, like this. My daughter was done with her lesson. My son's next lesson hasn't started yet, so I had a little bit of time to myself, and you just have to make time for yourself. So this is how I chose to spend it now. But hopefully that was encouraging. I know it was kind of long-winded, but hey, it's been a while since I've talked to you guys, so I had to play catch up. All right, well, we're not going to shoot for 19 minutes here. We're just going to cut it off at 18 something. So, until the next time I'm able to put out a video, have a very happy Thanksgiving and just love each other.